Oh, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. Depending on where you come from, thank you for joining today. And today's sessions, we talk about the different bootcamp, like a data scientist, data engineer, machine learning bootcamp, and mainly focus on the how you're able to learn on your own self-paced. Okay, so before we get started, and we have people come from multiple platforms. Some of you are from the YouTubes, some from the LinkedIn, and some from the Meetup. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to post our questions in the chat, and that will help you to address it. Okay. So first of all, there are a few ways you can learn, but in the general ways, you can learn by your own pace. Like there will be free sources on the website, and you can go to university and you can join the bootcamp like ours to become if you are want to upskill yourself or the career switch. It depends on your personal preference, but still the main difference compare across the different learning paths. There are always a challenge you will face for the most of the time, there will be a challenge is how to fill out the gap in between the knowledge and the reward problems, or the learning, if the learning material is up to date, and how the connection between you and someone can mentoring for your learning path. So for today, my focus will be talk about our programs, what we're gonna provide, and if you're interested of any of that, you can let us know. But again, you can find what's the most best way for you to become a data relevant data specialist. Okay, so the program, there will be a different categories. One of them will be the self-paced. So which is you learn by your own pace. So that's the most of the trained way to learn. And another one was the live sessions, and it's very fixed schedules. Most of the courses is a lecture every 2 weeks. It's part-time. For the full-time will be 5 days per week. And once you graduate, there is a real client project for you to complete, and which is a fill up between your knowledge and your work experience. Okay, so let's talk about the different programs. So most popular programs are most on-demand like skills you need in the current job market is first of all is data analytics or business intelligence, or sometimes called a different name, focus on the visualizations, understand what business needs. This part you will be very familiar with the database, data structures, understand the different like data sources, and you will use the other tools like Excel or could be Python, Power BI to do the maybe the data ingestions, and you will use some knowledge. If you use Python, you can use the like data wranglings and visualizations, or you can use other tools like a Tableau, Power BI for visualizations. So besides these tools you also have some knowledge for the statics analysis, like includes like mathematics and statics analysis for the data analysis. Sometimes you may need to learn some use cases which we will provide during the learnings to give you more close look to the database. You may also need to know some of the no-code machine learnings, uh, generative AI knowledge, which we will include in this course. And lots of these cases being evolved because there will always a knowledge gap between different industry. So this is the data analytics course we provide, and which is cover, I would say, the most of you need become data analysis. For the data scientist, it's a more focused on the creating the a model. So the model will make the final decision. For example, if you are in watch the YouTube, there will be a recommender system, which is a machine learning models to recommend what's the video you may interest. If it's a movie like a Netflix, and it will be recommend some movies for you. And if you using maybe the Uber, and the machine learning model will tell you what's the cost, and they will find the best match driver for you. So that's all the machine learning model. So this model make the decision to either provide a service for you or make the best choice for you. Okay, so before you create the machine learning models, there will be lots of things you need to do. For example, like data preparations and the data cleanings involved. So that's why you need to learn SQL, Python for you to do the data preparation or data ingestion as well, or data transformations. So there will be lots of time you will spend on the data wrangling, data visualizations to understand the data, and like 70% to maybe 70% of the time, you will focus on the cleaning the data, make sure the data is usable, or create more valuable feature from existing data. And for the math, you will use that for tuning your models. For example, if you create either a machine learning model or deep learning models, and first of all, the math will be for you to decide what's the key matrix for you to focus on, and how to improve the accuracy, and also on the demands, like what's the demands of your model. So machine learning, deep learning is the model, is the goal. Before that, there will be lots of preparations. So in these courses, we're going to teach everything, also including how to connect it to the AWS, use a Git, GitHub, and big data. Yeah, so again, so if you have any question, please feel free to ask the question in the chat. And if you are just joining this section, we just get started, and I just covered the what is data scientist and the analytics, what they do, and what kind of skills you need to get that job. For AI engineer or machine learning engineer is a higher demand in current job market, but is most of the AI engineer, you have to know the fundamental of data scientist. So which means you will be more senior positions. The salary range could be like 100K to like 200K. Some place, if you have like management or other knowledge, if you will be the leader or principal for this project, that you may expect like a 300K. That's possible. And especially the ChatGPT or other OpenAI was released last year. So this is a very popular tools. I will say this will be less competitions in the current job market, and it's really on demand. So in this course, again, so you will focus on build models. The most of like could be recommended system forecasting models, but our bootcamp is mainly focused on the two models, like computer visions, large language models, and which is a ChatGPT or AI agents. So this is the model we are focused on. And what you're gonna do as a machine learning engineer, you will develop a machine learning pipeline in the different infrastructure, like AWS or Azure, depends on the company needs. And you probably expect to create a lot of testing models using the maybe like a monthly to solve the problem, to do the testing. So in this progress, you first of all, you do have exactly same knowledge as a data scientist. Other than that, you will know how to get more deeper or specialize on the computer visions and the large language models, large language model operations. So you will learn Git, Docker, machine learning operation, and large language model operation. So you will move, for example, to complete your end-to-end machine learning models for the implementations and also for the monitor. So you will make sure the model performance running well and able to deliver the result. So that's what you're gonna do for the machine learning or AI engineer. So still there will be different requirements from the different companies for data scientists or AI engineer. So the best way for you to find out what kind of skills you need is go to the job post like a LinkedIn or Indeed. So you'll find there will be lots of details, which means like you learn like a tons of knowledge um, during the bootcamp or by yourself, but you may only need to use like maybe 40% or 60% of the knowledge. Um, and that knowledge will be good enough for you to fit that prediction, but you still need to find a gap, how to pass the interview. For data engineer, it's also very popular because nowadays they do really need to require very quick response. For the data specialist, create a data pipeline, maybe for the dashboard views or for the models. So data engineer will be make sure the data is ready for all the department to use. Sometimes you may even need to create a dashboard by yourself. So in this course, you will focus on the create a data pipelines and using many use the cloud platform, cloud structure, and the key skill you need is SQL and Python, but the more advanced, like more sometimes you may need to create more complex code, and you also need to write different logs or like a different like function to make sure you get the logs, get all any necessary things to monitor this whole process. So Linux is also very important to connect between your like local and also the cloud, and how to instant like a Docker containers. So that's what you need for the Linux, and this is also require of lots of knowledge how to set up this pipeline. It's not really different. It's very different between the data scientist and the data engineer or AI engineer or data engineer, because AI engineer will be more focused on the research about say like understand like business need, understand the business background, but the data engineer is not, you don't need to know the business like a background. You as long as you get very sure, very familiar with data science, and that's your goal. You don't need to worry what's the maybe you don't need to worry about like what happen in the future. For the existing product, you only make sure the data is well maintained. So in this course, you will learn Docker and the cloud platform like AWS, Azure, and there will be few parts for you to complete. The first part, like actually there will be three parts. The first part will be focused on the analytics engineering. Second one will be focused on the big data engineering. The last one is more for the operational engineering. So you will learn Git, data pipelines, and streaming data. So that's for the data engineer. Okay. So that's the four of these different course. And sorry, let's skip this slide. Of course, like there is optional for you to start with the live uh, sessions. We have lab bootcamp. If you find the self-paced sometimes gonna be very hard, and you can join the lab. But for the self-paced, even we call it self-paced, and you do receive a support. The support will be different ways. First of all, there will be still have a fixed TLS hours for the self-paced. Like we provide weekly TLS hours. You can drop by to ask any question you have. There's one way you can get a support. Second way, you get one-on-one mentors. So you can book a one-on-one mentorship with our specialist, and they will address the question more for the technical question during the learning. So that's one-on-one sections. And also you can submit the request about the problem. Use like formal form. You can share the screenshot. And the last way you can do is post in the communities. Like we do have a Discord channel. You can post your questions and in this Discord channel, and our TAs or instructor will respond to you. Okay, so which means even though it's called self-paced, it's more I will prefer called customized learning. So you will learn by your own pacing, but you get tons of support. For the live, The only main difference will be the lectures. For the lectures, we will have a live lectures, so you can ask instructor right away during the lectures, and also we will have a fixed schedule. Sometimes you find it's maybe you can if you is more comfortable with the like traditional way, the lab bootcamp is good for you. So for example, for the data scientist, and we have a full-time, part-time. During this course, you can learn the data fundamental and the data scientist, like knowledge skills, machine learning, big data. So you will get a one-on-one mentorship after your graduation. So this is more for the career mentors. And also you will enroll to the real client project, and there is optional for you to join the part-time and full-time. Part-time will be 2 lectures per week. It's every evenings. Full-time will be the 3 months. Sorry, part-time will be 6 months, 2 lectures per week. Full-time will be 3 months, 5 lectures per week. And you will receive all the support. For the real client project is also very important, because once you get the trainings, it could be self-paced or could be live bootcamp, and you do need some experience for you to help you to get an interview and help you to pass interview. So we do have a real client projects for you, which is you can work on with different clients depending on the business need, or because you may prefer in the financials, or depending on your backgrounds, or you prefer in the maybe the high tech or small company, startup companies, right? So this project will help you to find the right project for you. So meet your demands, and the clients normally, again, so the decision will be made by the project managers based on your performance during the training, and the result for the assessment test. Once you graduate, you will complete assessment test. Depends on your preference, like which industry you prefer, the time commitment, and availabilities for you and the project, right? So because some projects have hard requests, like hard demands, like 30 hours per week. Some project only require you have like invest like 10 hours per week. Depends on your availabilities, and depends on your needs. So normally duration will be 6 months, and we will expect you to land a job. Our student average land job in 6 months. So we expect you to land a job in 6 months. But if you're not able to land a job in 6 months, most of the time we still provide support, and you still gain more experience when you stay in the real client project. For the career mentor is optional. So career mentor is most of them are our alumni, and they are in the industry, and they already have lots of experience. For example, they in the same ways, like exactly like you, for the career switch or upskills, and they land a data job. They have experience tell you how to like land a job, followed by their guideline. So they will provide the resume improvement, make sure your resume is polished, and help you to review the job requirements, help you to do some mock interview, give you some career guide, like directions, make sure which is the best fit, maybe the area or industry for you. And once you receive a job offers, first of all, our real client project can provide a reference check, and the mentor can help you with negotiation the salaries, right? So this is the service for the real client project. And again, the benefit is for the self-paced courses, and you can start anytime. Okay, so this is just a quick learning roadmap for the data engineer. So data engineer will be, again, it's been have 3 parts or 3 phases. The first phase is analytics engineering. So you will learn how to do the reverse ETL. So you will use AWS. The tools you will be learn will be the EC2 instance from cloud computing, S3 bucket for storage, like unstructured or structured or SQL NoSQL database. The service you also need to use is a Lambda function. So which means is service like a uh, uh, like service, right? So it's only active when you need this service. So this is the platform you're gonna use, and you will learn how to do the ETL scraping and how to the ELT, like if for the data integrations, you will use Airbyte, and you will building the data models using dbt and put them in the Snowflake, and the final stage you will save them in the MySQL and use a metabase to visualization the data. So this is analytics engineer. So you not only learn how to create the data pipelines and also which step in this progress. Even though it's not necessary for you to create dashboard, but as long as you have that experience, you have better understanding how you're able to create like a pipeline for the data analysis or other purpose. Okay? The next part will be the big data engineer, which is a handle for the large amount of data. Um, Normally, if the data size is less than 50 gigabyte, I will say if 10 gigabyte can using the regular cloud service. But if the data is large, then 10 gig or 50 gig, then it's because big data. So you have to handle with different tools. So in this course, this part you will learn use Azure, use a blob, VM functions, and the data pipeline will be you will use the data factory from Azure to do the ETL or ELT, and put them into the Azure blob, which is all these actions triggered by the Airflow, and you will put them into the Databricks. The Spark will be start a cluster, and which is doing the map reducing, and the final result will be put into the Azure Synapse Analytics, and you will put all the data in a dashboard using Metabase. The last part will be the real-time analytics, and this for you to learn how to create a data pipeline for the live data. So you are using S3 bucket, EMR, and Asana, and you are using the Amazon service like a DynamoDB, which is a non-SQL service, and you're using the stream like a Firehose and the Kafka and to streaming the data, and you will put them into the Spark and then leave them in the Hadoop localhost, and you will use a query layer to I believe to create a structured data, and you will use a meta database to visualize this dashboard. Okay, the fundamental for data engineering will be the SQL, Python, Linux, Docker, and Git. Okay, so this is the learning roadmap for analytics engineering, and you will learn all these skills, which you will have a 3 project to complete. Each project is very close to the real life works, right? So you will use that to try to apply for the job. Again, if you find it's hard to without any experience, like on your resume, there's option for you to join the real client project, because what you learn most of the time it could be help you to land the job. But if you find some company has more experience, or you find that your interview doesn't go smooth, you can get more support or service from us. And our goal is to make sure you can land the data job. Okay, so this other quick idea, like how you're gonna learn or what kind of skills you need to become a data specialist, which means you don't need to know all the skills, but still, before you go to interview, we're not sure what's the on demand or which is the most training job on the current job market after graduation. So we pretty much teach everything you need to know. Make sure you have enough tools in your pocket. So there is examples, and if you want to become a AI data engineer, so you need to know the generative AI and the no-code machine learning, and also you do need some skills to become a data for the AI for the data engineer. But still, if you want to focus on the analytics engineering, the skill you need to have is in here is a Python. So you need to know how to do the data wranglings with Python, which is data transformation, and how to use Linux and for the visualization with Python and the math fundamentals to become an analytics engineer. So this is one of the project you will learn during the bootcamp. Another one will be the big data engineer. You will learn SQL, Linux, and the Git. So you will learn how to do the ETL, so you can become a data engineer, big data engineer. And also, you will learn how to using the different tools to streaming the data. So this will be streaming data analytics skill you need. Okay, so this is just a brief ideas what kind of skill you need to be. And this part is the color one means the project you will complete during the bootcamp. Okay. So the journey to get a job offer. So it's always again. So could be start from the bootcamp or could be your self-learning. It could be from full-time, part-time, self-paced, or a university or college or any resource anyway free course you learn. This is the first step. You have to build in your skills and also make sure you build it efficiently because most of the time the challenge is not the time you can invest. Is after you invest your time, you can now memorize it or you can now convert your own knowledge. So this is something you should be, which is a huge cost. It do cost a lot of time. But don't have a good schedules, don't have good documentation, don't have good resources to learn. And if you don't have good preparations in this phase, and you will have very challenge to complete a project. Without that project, it's hard for you to get a job or interview. So once you have skill buildings, you will build some experience. The experience, again, so during the bootcamp, you will have portfolio projects. And also there's optional for you to join the real client project. And you will receive the reference check if you join the real client project. And then you will get mentoring from career mentoring, and our mentor will review your knowledge and have a mock-up interview, understand which part you still need to improve, and they will get you to what's the best fit position or job or industry for you. And sometimes they do provide job referrals, and our school also will provide some job referral, but the majority of students still land the job at their own job search. Okay. So for the boot camps, there will be, again, as mentioned, so we will have a group career sessions, like monthly, and you will receive a learning mentoring during the self-paced boot camp, and also you will receive a one-on-one career mentor for the career after you graduate from the self-paced boot camp. Okay, so that's all I want to share today. If you have any question, feel free to post a question here. and also from the different platform, if you want, you also can, if you from YouTube or from Meetup or from the LinkedIn, feel free to post the question to the self-learning, and I can try my best to address your question. Okay, so if no more question, let me just quick show you the examples on the LinkedIn. So if you go to LinkedIn, and if you're not sure what's the first of all, actually before you start do the research, make sure you understand the difference between each titles. It's very important. Understand what's the difference between each titles, and find out which is a first of all, find out which is the best fit your experience. But if you don't have relevant experience, then you can just find which is a best like skills like make you interested into, because this could take for the long term goal. We do have our students who joins the data scientist bootcamp, but he earned to land a job as data engineer, but he found that he don't really like a data engineer. So which means make sure you do find the job is meet your expectations. Yeah, there's big difference between each title. One of them focuses on the visualizations, but another data scientist is focused on building the models to make decisions. AI engineer is more advanced, and you will create a data machine learning model pipelines, and the engineer is create a data pipelines, right? So this will require more codings. AI engineer maybe require higher education background, like a PhD or master. Is as a preference. And the data scientist, you don't have to get a master or PhD, but you do have to have lots of experience. Data analytics, in the other hand, you do have I will say you do have a good sense of the business need and create lots of dashboard, which you do have a lots of communications between the teams and between the managers to make sure the dashboard or the insights of what they want, and you have to explain very well for your dashboard, right? So each job has different requirements, and based on your personal interests, you can find which is the best one for you. Okay. So let me just quick show you how to find what's the, for example, what's the I will say what's the skills you need. Again, I show you lots of skill we're gonna teach, but let's go to individual ones, each individual job description to find what exactly they need. Let me use data scientist as an example. Yeah, so we, as you can see, if I filter out by past 24 hours, it shows there will be 364 results for data scientists. And again, you can try on the data engineer, data analytics, get this, do some testing to see how the job market go. For example, in here, there will be, it's been posted 18 hours ago, which we do have alumni working in this place. Sometime like you can connect our alumni, and they probably gonna give you referrals. So next, if you have, which is a big data knowledge, for example, how to Hive, EMR, Kafka, Spark. We don't teach Groovy, but you should be able to learn or pick up. And MySQL is you must know. Experience with visualization, mainly focus on the Python libraries. You don't need to know the Tableau, Power BI, or other platform. they do prefer a master degree. So some company they do prefer a higher education background. Some company they don't. And this position is a hybrid. Yeah. So what kind of skills or what kind of what they expect you to do is first of all, this is a you must have. This is nice if you have. As again, so the next if you have a master degree, but they do mention uh, if you have a bachelor degree, they still can get interview. And the reason is in the interviews, they more value your past experience than their education background. So that's why real-time project or the experience you have is the key for you to get the interview. And the knowledge is also the must-have. Okay, you have to get this knowledge and have some experience for you to get interview and pass interview. So first of all, you do need to have experience with data explorations, data cleaning, data analysis, data visualization, or data analysis. As I mentioned, as data scientist, 70% of your time is data pre-processing, even though it's a data scientist job. So that exactly was the requirement on the job description. You will be have lots of data understanding by the visualizations and analysis, cleanings. The data could be very messy or could be very hard to handle. So you will spend tons of time with data, and also data could be a very large. It's not a small data set you can run by your own computer. Normally, it will require big data computer power to handle all this. So which we will cover in the bootcamp. So you do have experience with a statistical and the general purpose programming language for data analysis, which is a Python or SQL. Experience in the development of algorithm leveraging R, Python, or SQL or non-SQL. Yeah. So don't worry about R. As long as you have SQL or Python, then that's good. Experience with a full stack development. This part maybe you can clarify if you find this part is hard for you to know what kind of the position they are exactly looking for. You can just email them. If you get a phone call and talk about like you can move on to the second interview, you can just ask, what's the meaning of full stack development? Do I need to create a machine learning module to end to end, or just focus on the like data preparation end to end? Like there, yeah. So it could be is very not clear. So knowledge of the structure and unstructured data source, knowledge of machine learning, AI, NLP, ability to develop predictive data models, quantitative analysis and visualization of target data source, able to deploy NLP processing and text mining or machine learning technique. Okay, so that's the scope of the skills that you need, which we can, as what I showed you before, in the bootcamp you will learn all these skills, but still, you we teach you more than just regular machine learning or AI or NLP. There will be more skill you will learn, but it's very hard for you to find it in this job descriptions and which you do able to use during the interview. So for YC from these positions, and they do expect you to use the AWS or Azure to run. For me, I feel it's more focused on NLP, like large language models, for to make some decisions based on the demands of this project. Before that, you do need to have create some testing models and do some quick analysis and do lots of visualizations on the existing data set. Yeah, I think that's the trend. Like NLP is, I think it's most on demand. Even though, again, as I mentioned, there could be a recommender system forecasting, or and like other models, but still for now, like people want to invest more money on the like natural language processing, uh, which we could do cover it in the data scientist bootcamp, but we do have more things like more details in the machine learning engineer. But some company they don't really require the newest technique. Uh, for the big company, they are doing the slow transitions, or they start a project, and I think they don't want to spend too much about this. Create a big team. They want to start from scratch. So that's why you will see there is lots of demand for data scientists. Require you have knowledge with NLP. So this is an example, and you can do exactly the same for all these other position like a machine learning engineer or data engineer. But again, the requirements is very straightforward. There will be a different strategy how to apply for this job, how to get a better response, like get interviews. So which you will get support from the mentor. They will help you to pass interview. And I will say, if you are just new to this industry, don't spend too much on the job search or prepare for the interview. It's very time consuming. I recommend you to, first of all, complete the learning, complete the first stage, complete all the learning you need. Make sure you stack all the skill set. And another one is get some experience. Could be you have to find a way, because in the current job market, if you don't have any relevant experience, and you don't even get an interview. So portfolio project is one way. The real client project is also important because the reference check, I think, like all the students who land the job, they always ask reference check. So I don't think there is a expectations. Like you don't if you need some company to provide a very positive reference check. And also you do need to support for you before the interview. So what I gonna suggest, spend 3 to 6 months for the learning, another 3 to 6 months for the experience buildings, and then during this process, get the mentors, get pass interview. So we expect to get career switch in 1 year, 1 year to 1.5 year. So that's the expectation. Okay. Again, so if you have any question, feel free to leave your question here. And also I will share the link for the career guide. And I cannot address all the details for each programs, but we do have a career guide. So in here, you just fill out your name, email, phone numbers, and you will receive a career guide. And here is how you to become a data scientist, BI or data analysis, how to become a data engineer, how to become machine learning engineer, how to become a DevOps engineer. So that's all the career guide. And we can look into the what is data science and what is data scientist, the career path, the learning paths, the job market, and how to build the data scientist portfolios, how to work